Let us look at this sweet question. A charge Q has been distributed over three concentric spherical shells of radii A, B and C. Okay, A is less than, B is less than C. So these are the three shells. This shell, this second shell and this third shell. Okay, the radii of these three shells are A, B and C. So this radius is A, this radius is B and this radius happens to be C. Alright. Now what have they asked us? They have asked us to find the total potential at a distance r from their common center wherein r is less than a. How sweet of them. So r is less than a. Alright. So r is lying in the interior of the inner sphere. So that gives us a very simple formula for the potential. The potential V at a distance r is going to be equal to K QA, whatever be the charge on sphere A, divided by A, because we know that potential inside a spherical shell is equal to KQA divided by R, where R is the radius of the sphere. So here the radius of the sphere A happens to be small a. So basically this is small a. Alright. Also this happens to be small b. Also this happens to be small c. So we are going to get VR is equal to KQA upon A plus KQB upon B plus KQC upon C. Now K is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. So all that remains is to find out QA, QB and QC. That is a relatively simple problem because they have given that these spheres are having equal surface charge densities. So what is the meaning of surface charge density? It basically means charge per unit area. So this QA divided by the area of sphere A, which happens to be 4 pi A square, happens to be equal to QB divided by 4 pi B square, happens to be equal to QC divided by 4 pi C square. Let us say I call all these quantities equal to M. So QA will thus be 4 pi A square into M. So this is what I have written over here. It will be 4 pi ma square. Similarly, QB will be 4 pi mb square and QC will be 4 pi mc square. Now we know that the addition of the three charges is nothing but the charge capital Q, that is the total charge which is distributed over these concentric spheres. So basically capital Q is 4 pi m into a square plus b square plus c square, as is mentioned over here. From this equation we get the value of m. M happens to be equal to Q divided by 4 pi into bracket a square plus b square plus c square. This is the value of m. So once we have m, we can just substitute the value of m over here to get the three charges QA, QB and QC. So they come out to be QA is equal to capital Q into a square upon a square plus b square plus c square. QB is equal to capital Q into b square upon a square plus b square plus c square, and same with QC. QC is equal to capital Q into c square upon a square plus b square plus c square. So all that remains is we should substitute the value of QA, QB, QC in this particular equation and get K is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. So that will be common outside. QA is Q times a square upon a square plus b square plus c square. Alright, whole divided by a. So in the numerator we'll be just simply left with a into q, and in the denominator we'll have a square plus b square plus c square. Already matching the terms, we can understand that this is going to be the answer. So let us see why and how. So this is going to be q b square upon a square plus b square plus c square whole divided by b plus q c square upon a square plus b square plus c square whole divided by c. Alright, so this v at r is simply going to be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. The denominator is common and q is common as well. Q upon a square plus b square plus c square. The denominator happens to be common over here in this question. and in the numerator we'll be left with a plus b plus c. So we can observe that clearly option D is going to be the answer.